Give Europarts a shout out for selling me this pump, which is a direct fit item. Wasn't even that cheap for an E39 5 Series. Great. Doesn't even fit this electrical plug. Shoot. I'm gonna go look downstairs and see if I happen to have some other pumps. But this looks like the E46 style, and this looks like, I don't even know, maybe a late model E39. That is really unfortunate. Just a quick update on the O2 actually as well. A new old stock wheel cylinder, which is super duper cool. And this was the luckiest find. Well, ignore that. The luckiest find. This is an early non-wraparound car. And my bumper corners are just gross, but my center is beautiful. I happened to find somebody selling just the corners. They were pretty costly, but a lot less than buying a reman bumper. Both sides, good, honest driver quality, original parts, should match really well. Whoa, excuse me. So, needless to say, I'm very excited about that because my corners, as you can see, I may have them replated and sell them, but they're pretty ghastly. Poor car. Still gotta take it in for body work. There's definitely quite a bit of filler in this corner, and I want to get that all redone in steel. But still a solid and really cool car. I actually have real plates and a license plate bracket for the front of this thing now too. I'm only putting a front plate on it in the meantime because I think I'm actually going to drive this car quite a bit, and that might involve street parking it from time to time. And I just don't want to have the issue of parking tickets, so I got that tow hook mount screw thing. But I'm going to look for a washer pump down here. I doubt I will find one. Hi cars, it's almost spring, sort of. This fellas, but the Porsche Boxster that I took apart actually has the same electrical connector on its washer pump. So what I'm gonna do, plug this into my new Euro pump and then strip a little bit of this wire off and just jam it into that other plug, and hopefully it lasts until I don't care about the car anymore. That was lucky. I didn't have any tanks from BMWs in the basement at all. While I don't condone doing what I'm doing, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Hopefully that works. The plug fits beautifully. Ignore the Audi Volkswagen moniker on it. Gross. I'm gonna hop in the car and see if this works. It does. I think probably, yeah, it waggled itself pretty good. These actually have quite a bit of torque in them, so good to know the electrical still works. This next part I'm gonna have to set the phone down for because it's gonna make a mess. Ghetto fabulous, but installed. So, moment of truth. Try this again with the pump installed and see if the squirters work. Oh! Oh, yes. Amazing. Excellent. Now it's time for wiper blades and spark plugs. This thing's got a little bit of a shake to it sometimes. It might be a flywheel issue, it might be harmonic balancer, it could be belt, or it could just be people haven't changed the plugs in like 80,000 miles. So I'm gonna throw a set of these in too. A tip and trick about the E39 wiper blades, they're actually a pretty unique design, and the frames themselves are pretty durable. They don't seem to go bad very often. You'll slide this little lock tab this way toward the passenger side of the car, and then the entire blade frame and insert will come out, and then all you have to do is find the crimped end. There's one end, sorry this isn't focusing, it's a little bit tighter. I'm sorry about that. And you're gonna pull away from that one. So when you do that, the insert comes out of the frame. And the frame, like I said, is just fine. And usually what I'll do, since it's actually pretty hard to find frames, I'll just go buy a cheap frame blade. In this case, it's a Vico or Vallejo, whatever. This is $2 or $3 wiper blade from Rock Auto. And the style on these is a little bit different because at the end, focus, you fuck. There it is. You see that end piece, it's got a little bit of rubber built up in there. All you gotta do is slide the insert outward. Not sure if I'll be able to do this while I hold the camera. No, I won't. I'll slide it and show you what it looks like. So there we are. The insert is now slid out, and we can remove it from the Vallejo blade, the frame, sorry. And we can actually insert this into the Bosch wiper frames of the E39. So these come out really easy. Do note that they have a little piece of metal in them on the side, on each side. It keeps it rigid. Don't lose that. You can put it back in, but it turns into kind of a pain. There you are. There's the metal. You can fix that just by, jeez, hold on a second. So keep those in, and then grab your Bosch frame and actually start with the crimped end and take a small screwdriver and work the crimped end open so you can slide this in properly. So that's what I mean by crimped end. You'll see the rest of them are open. This one's a little bit closed. So open that one up to the point or even a little bit more of the others. Your new hybrid Bosch Vallejo wiper blade for $2. Next up on Unicorn, spark plugs. And then I'm actually gonna pull the rear center cap off the other side and see if my axle nut is still tight. Because that new wheel speed sensor you guys saw me put in a couple of weeks ago, for whatever reason, is not reading anymore. So my speculation is there was some plastic or something trapped between the wheel bearing and the half shaft, and that slipped out and let, with the course of a lot of snow drifting, the stub axle back out of the hub just a little bit, and then the reluctor ring that the speed sensor reads on probably was just a little bit too far outboard and couldn't sense what was going on. So I'm gonna try torquing that down again. Actually looks okay. But if that doesn't work, I may pull this wheel and tire back off and swap to the other new rear sensor I bought, because I bought a pack of 4 for this car just in case, and see what's up. I don't really care about the stability, traction, or ABS, but I would like a working speedometer from time to time. So next up for me is going to be the spork plugs. And they're pretty easy on the M62. Thank goodness. Just take your pick, get those little covers out of there, then take your 10mm, zip out these 2 bolts, or I guess 1 in this case, since we clearly had a lazy PO. Pretty long bolt. Set that aside. Pull this off. Actually, the valve cover gasket doesn't look too bad in there. Yep, so 10 mils. Rip those coils off to get these electrical plugs off. I'm sure you guys know, but just pull up on them and then come right off like that. So I'm gonna zip those 4 coils right out and we'll look at the plugs. Coils out. There we can see the plugs. There's a little oil in number 4, not bad. For that, I'm gonna use a 16 mil, an extension, and then a wobble. Maybe a wobble. I might not need it here. On the other side, I think I will. And then just a ratchet. Taking them out, it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. Putting them back in requires a little bit of, knowing what you're doing, but really not bad. Ta-da! Now on to the other side. Throwing those old Platinum 4s in the trash where they belong. Car's all done. Fixed washer thingy, fixed wiper thingies, new spark thingies. It's pretty mint. I did give that that wheel nut a couple more ugga-duggas, just in the hopes of that potentially working again. We'll see. Not really a huge deal either way. I'm just gonna throw away some trash and go for a ride. I will get working on this again at some point, I promise.